Hello, and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright, and today's session is with exercise educator Jerri Haslem. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. We are committed to providing opportunities for you to stay active and engaged in your home. Mindful Movements provides that opportunity through two exercises. We do workout sessions and yoga sessions and alternate between the two each Tuesday. Jerri, what do you have for us today?
Hey, we are going to do a little bit of cardio, some balance, as well as, I got to tell you something, even standing up, that balance, we're going to challenge it.
All right. Well, sounds great. Folks, we want to remind you that before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult your physicians to make sure that it's safe. Jerri, let's get started.
Okay, let's do it. Good morning, everyone. I want to remind you that, some days we're standing, we're sitting, but even if you're at that desk, I'm going to ask you to move that chair out the way, stand up and join me. And I want you just to right here to stand up nice and tall. Inhale. Think about zipping your abs all the way up and just blow it out. Inhale again. Come on, zip all the way up and blow it out. We're going to stretch. We're going to warm up. And what I want you to think about, the weather, it depends on where you are, is changing. So I want to make sure you grab your water. You got to stay hydrated because we know the weather can change so rapidly. So if you're thinking, well, you're not that thirsty, by the time you think you are, guess what? You need to get those fluids. So let's stand with these legs apart today. They're going to be about hip distance apart. Our knees are soft. I want you to push those hips back and just hinge down right here. You can place your hands on your thighs, tuck and roll all the way up. Let's do that again. Come on. Knees are soft, hinge just like you're closing that car door. Push back in those hips, lean forward. There we go. Tuck and roll up. Let's do one more time, okay? Again, push that car door, close it. You're leaning down. Knees are soft, tuck, and roll all the way up. I want us to think about moving today and doing it with intention. Bring those legs in. We're going to take one leg up, opposite leg. We're just bringing the leg up. We're just warming up. We're just bringing that leg up. It's a high. We're not running in place, but we're just bringing the knee up. We're alternating. I want 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing those knees up. Now right here, take the legs apart again for me, okay? I want you to think about putting the weight in your hips. So squat down just a little bit and squeeze and bring it up. Let's try to go a little bit lower if you can. Don't put any pressure on your knees. You're taking the hips back. There we go. And bring it up. Give me 4 more. Take it down. There we go. It's 3. It's 2. Give me 1 more. And 1. Good job. Now what I want you to do, place those hands behind your head, okay? And right here, bring the knee up again. This time we're just bringing the knee up, but this time we're engaging those abs some. Give me 4 of them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring those hands down. I've got some weights. If you have them, grab them. Again, we're moving back to back. That's why I told you, make sure you kind of stay hydrated. If you need to grab your water, I'm going to grab these weights, okay? Now right here, just like we did the knees up, let's do that. And let's add opposite arm out. So taking it out. Got it? There we go. Come on, let's take it out. Out. Working that whole body, okay? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now, let's take the weight in our hands still. Let's take these legs out right here. Just like we did that squat, I want you to lower that body. Stand it up. Come on, take those arms. Using it at the same time. There we go. 4 more. 4, 3, come on, sit down in it. 2, 1 more, and 1, and bring it up. Now, let's take these weights. We're going to double them up. I'm going to put one leg out in front of the other. I'm going to take the weights in the opposite leg that's back. And right here, guess what? We're going to pull it back, okay? 8, 7, 6, bringing it straight back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's change it out. Come on. Opposite leg, put it up there. I know, back-to-back movement today. We'll take a break in just a second, but let's pull it up. Let's go. Bring it up. Come on, 6 more. It's 6, 5, 4, 3, it's 2. Give me 1 more, and 1. Good job. Now let's separate those weights again, and let's go back to that squat. Yes, I know we did them. We're doing them again, challenging that balance. And when I say challenge that balance, a lot of times you think about your balance from side to side. I want you to think about your balance front and back, because when we do this squat, it is so important to understand where your weight is going. It's going back in your hips and your heels. Sometimes people will say to me, Jerri, this hurts my knees. And that's because understanding your balance. Yes, we're flat-footed, but I want that weight in your hips, in your hamstrings, in your heels. So that's where the weight is. So when we go down and come up, there's no pressure on our knees. That's not where the weight is. And that's what I was talking about when we talk about balance. Understanding that we can stand still, and I just want you to think about putting the weight in the back of your body, okay? Versus the front, versus your knees, versus it feels like you're gonna topple over. So the weight is in the back. So that's what I'm saying. Cardio, we're making sure, hey, we're moving, we're putting the weight in the back of our body, okay? So put the weight, plant that weight in those hips and those heels. Give me 8. Let's squat down. Ready? We're gonna take these arms up as well. It's 8, 7, nice and slow. 6, put that weight in the back. 5, there you go. 4, it's 3, it's 2, give me 1 more, and 1, okay? That's what I say, balance in the back. Now we're gonna take the weights, we're gonna put them in one hand, but this time, we're gonna move the opposite foot. So I want you to take the foot out, getting comfortable. Looks like, well, that's nothing, but little moves challenging your balance. But when we take the foot forward, we're gonna take the arm out, okay? So it's a move where we're challenging our balance, okay? There we go. 4, 3, take it out, 2, and 1, okay? Let's change it up. Other side, okay? And you don't have to double up the weights. You can use 1. Again, anytime you're challenging your body with that balance, you've got to make adjustments. So when I take the foot out, okay, the foot as if I'm going to walk forward, but then I take the arm out to the side, giving my balance just a little bit of different move, okay? 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? Now, I'm gonna separate those weights, okay? Just like we had our legs out to do that squat, I want you to go down and come up, lift one leg, go down, lift one leg. So you're lifting up and you still have there we go, a little move. So at first, the balance is in the back of the hips. Then it goes to the side. That's the reason I had you to take that arm out. Being comfortable, challenging yourself, and understanding, why am I doing this? What is the purpose? Our balance. Sometimes we have the cardio, sometimes we have the moves, but sometimes that balance we don't challenge it until we need it. So sometimes if you step the wrong way or move the wrong way, that's why I'm trying to go down, lift the leg up, giving yourself a little bit move just to lift that leg up so it's balancing, and it should be no pressure at all in those knees, okay? 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. There we go. I talk a lot about functional moves. I'm going to put the weights down, okay? And when I say functional moves, why are we doing it? What is the purpose? Always understand, hey, that body changes. Why am I jumping? What is the purpose of that? Is that a move that I'll do in normal everyday activities? I mean, the weather has changed, so am I out in my flower bed? I'm bending down, I'm standing up. Those are the kind of moves that I'm saying functional, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to come with a functional move, something that we do, and that is getting the groceries, okay? So I'm going to pick the groceries up, and I'm going to turn and place them on the shelf, okay? Sometimes when we reach down in a bag with something in our cupboard, our pantry, we don't think about it, but all of those moves require balance, lifting, and sometimes you don't even think about it. So that's why I want us to feel comfortable when we do these moves. So when I say turn, pick up the groceries, turn, put them on the shelf. That move, that twisting, that turning, that lifting, those are functional moves. But those are things we don't necessarily think about unless we feel like something's pulling, something's straining. So with this move, you can use weights. You don't have to use weights. I'm going to grab one weight for this just to kind of illustrate what I'm saying, that twisting, that turning, that bending, that leaning. Those are the kind of things that are functional moves that are exercises, but we do them in everyday life, okay? So I'm going to grab one weight, okay? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up these groceries, bam, put them on the shelf. Got it? I'm going to pick up the groceries, bam, put them on the shelf. Notice how I'm moving my top and my bottom, that torso, that lifting, that pushing. I want 2 more. We're going to pick it up, turn, put it on the shelf. 1 more, pick it up, turn, put it on the shelf, okay? Now we have to do the other side, because guess what? That's life. You got to balance that thing out. Not only that, sometimes you're so used to working one side, and that's natural because you're more dominant on one side, but let's balance it out. So let's pick up the groceries on this side, turn, and put them on the shelf, okay? So we're going to pick up the groceries, bam, turn, put them on the shelf. 4 movement, pick up the groceries, turn, put them on the shelf, boom. Doesn't matter how low, how high, pick up the groceries. You can go lower, you can go higher. I want 1 more, okay? Pick up the groceries, turn, and put them on the shelf. So again, when I say these things, when I'm doing these things, it's always a purpose, and I call it a method to the madness. And that is, again, keeping your body active, keeping your body moving. And again, sometimes just taking 10 minutes, layering that on. It's like, you know what? All I have is 10 minutes. All I have is 15. You know, I'm a big fan of taking that and stacking it on. So you're having maybe not 30 minutes at one time, but maybe 2 15-minute sessions or 2 or 3 10-minute sessions. Just making sure you're moving when you're doing that. So that cardio, those knees up, those squats, all of those things, putting those together to make it count, okay? Let's run through some of those moves again. Want to make sure, again, you understand why are we doing this? Why is it so important for our balance? Everything we do, I don't care what sport it is, that balance is going to come into play, okay? I'm going to pick up the other weight. And what I'm going to do, again, I got my feet, my hips, I'm standing in my heels. I'm standing with the back of my body, okay? I'm going to squat down, come up. I can always add to this. I can add a heel raise. I can add a jump. You can always add to that cardio, but what I want you to do is get the basics. Get the basics and the bases. Why are we doing this? This is our strength. This is also our balance. And if we do this and sit more, it's going to help that entire body. A full squat. We can take these weights above our head. Anytime we do that, we're going to elevate that heart rate again, giving yourself a little bit more cardio. So a lot of times, cardio is not fast, fast, fast. Cardio is a fluid move, okay? So with these squats, let's do 8 of them. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Put the weight in those heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let's alternate lifting that leg up. So let's go down, a little raise. There we go. Challenging yourself, moving and understanding why. Bring it up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Let's take these weights. Double them up if you like, okay? Let's go with the opposite. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Let's switch it up. Ready? Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? This is what I want you to take away from today's session. Regardless of your activity, be it cardio, be it strength, if it's a sport, the one thing that you must utilize in any of those would be your balance. If you're walking, you have to have your balance. If you're bowling, you have to have your balance. If you're gardening, if you're playing golf, all of those things require balance. And that's why we want to make sure that we can adjust, pivot, and shift that body weight just like that. And that's why I had you twisting, turning. And again, these sessions are not meant to be a full, this is what you should do every day. These are exercises and segments that I want you to use in your life, regardless of exercise, because exercise sometimes can be in disguise. A lot of times you don't think, oh my goodness, you go out there and you work in the yard 2 hours and you're sore the next day and you're thinking, why? That's movement. So just don't think of exercise is something that's a regimen. Exercise and movement go hand in hand. Your balance is so important. So when you think about moving, always ask yourself, what is this doing for me? Can you explain it? Do you know what it is? Why is that? So you're doing things intentionally and you're just not jumping up and running and doing things just because it's there. So I always enjoy it. I always say, put on your music, give me a smile and move. So that's what I hope you got out of it today. We got a sneak peek of cardio with balance. So that's my take for this Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks, Jerri. It's always good to work on the cardio. Jerri, how often would you recommend adding cardio into our workouts?
Well, I'm going to say something that a lot of people may not like to hear, and that is you literally can do cardio 6 days a week. Somebody's going to say, oh my goodness, that's too much. But I ask you this and I tell you this, do you move 6 days a week? Chances are you move 7 days a week. So don't think of, and I say this, don't think of cardio or exercise as a punishment. A simple, brisk 10-minute walk is cardio. Cardio is not, oh my goodness, I'm pouring sweat, I can't breathe. Yeah, that's a cardio, but cardio is that basic movement. And I do recommend that movement is done 6 days a week. I give you one day that quote unquote, you're not going to do that 10 minutes, but guess what? You're getting up, you're moving, you're putting things in your car. So those things, again, are cardio. You go out there, you may think this is nothing, and you water your flowers, but you're out there 20 minutes. Chances are you got a little cardio.
Thanks, Jerri. Thanks for that tip. Folks, we appreciate you joining us today, and we hope that you will join us for another episode of Mindful Movement. Please remember to complete the survey and let us know how we did. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.